Moving forward, we have a bunch of exciting sports events coming up. So now we're going to head to the board, and we're going to talk about a game or an event that we're really excited to see. There's like baseball's going on, basketball playoffs that we're literally just talking about, and there's so much I feel like that we could cover. So first we're going to go with Pat.
All right. I don't think it's much of a shock for what I picked. My favorite sport that has ever existed and will ever exist is mixed martial arts. And the biggest card of all time is this weekend, UFC 300, the third centennial fight. It is the biggest and most impressive fight we have ever seen. I understand the main event is a little lackluster, but I promise you it will deliver more than you really think it will. The rest of the card is stacked. I don't see any flaws with this card. There's 11 ex-title holders, 14 ranked fighters. This is the most stacked card we've ever seen. It's the craziest card we've ever seen. But now all we got to do is wait to see how the fights actually deliver. They could be stinkers. It happens all the time in the UFC where we think a fight's going to be great, and it's not. But they potentially could. There's a lot of great fights.
I like it.
That's a really good one.
I like
I'm
your
trying
pick.
to get more into the UFC.
Yeah, so am I. I'm not into that much into it as well.
It's a pretty inviting sport.
Yeah, I feel like it's.
And it's because you can. It's not like a team sport, kind of, but you can pick a single person to be a fan of. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree
like
with
your
that.
pick.
And then next we'll have Fernando's pick.
Well, as we all know, my favorite sport is soccer. And this weekend, there was the Champions League quarterfinals, first legs. And look at these score lines. 2-2, 3-3, 2-1, 2-3. These were great matchups. And now there's a second leg. And I'm so excited for the second leg because there were 18 goals during the first leg. That's an average of 4.5 goals. These matches were insane. As a Barca fan, the PSG Barca match, it was putting me on my edge of my seat. And as for Real Madrid, Man City, these are two heavyweights. Man City won the Champions League last year. Real Madrid is the king of Europe. They've won 15 Champions League. So that storyline is fantastic. As for Arsenal Bayern, you have the king of Germany with an underdog and a young team in Arsenal who tied 2-2, and they're going back to Germany for the second leg, which will be great. This matchup, you might say they're two weak teams, but still they have so much history. So this is another great matchup. And as for my favorite team, Barcelona, against the best team in France, going to these second legs, I can't be more excited for it. And it's going to be insane. I'm so excited for it.
I love this pick, honestly. I'm a big soccer guy or football. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. I'm not opposed. It originally was called soccer, but we're not going to get into that argument right now. I love the matchup between Man City and Real Madrid. There's talent all over that field. Man City has one of the most efficient offenses we have ever seen in soccer. Haaland's obviously. Some people may call him he picks the ball off right near the goal line, but that is what it is. But he still scores the ball.
Yeah, and also we're having the two best teams in Europe going against each other in the quarterfinal.
These two teams should be in the final. That is really what it would come down to in the aggregate right now.
And there's so much storylines in all these matchups. Yeah. So I'm really pumped for the second leg.
Bayern, I hate, so we can get them out of there. They stink. Don't let that score fool you. Arsenal is a much better team than they are.
Yeah, if I had to predict, I would go with Arsenal, Man City, Atletico, and then Barcelona.
Atletico over Dortmund?
Yes.
That game they had 3 shots that hit the post yesterday. I'm just going to be honest with you.
But there's something about Atletico in the Champions League that brings out the best in them. They have so much pedigree, they have so much experience.
This isn't Inter or AC. This is Atletico we're talking about.
But I'm really excited for this.
I'm so glad you guys have a lot of passion about this. This is really good.
Yeah, I'm serious. People should pay more attention to soccer. It's a heck of a sport to watch.
Yeah, it is. Kylee, your pick now?
All right, so my pick will be happening tonight at 7:30. This is the Knicks-Celtics game at TD Garden. I am so excited for this. I feel like, I'm a 76ers fan at heart. That's who I claim, unfortunately. But I would definitely have to say the Knicks have been kind of taking that over a little bit. I've said this multiple times on here before. I am a Villanova basketball fan through and through. So to watch 3 former Villanova basketball players play at the level that they have been playing at and dominate basketball the way they have has me so excited. And then obviously, as we just talked about, you have the Celtics, who are the top team in the Eastern Conference. This is at TD Garden, so these Knicks players are going to have the Boston fans all over them. But I'm just so excited to see how this plays out, especially because we're not at the point right now where, this win could change a lot. But I will be very, very interested to see how Jason Tatum and his team take on a team like the Knicks that has so much chemistry from playing together for so many years. So
I like this pick.
that's my pick.
I like this
I'm
pick.
so excited.
I like how it's up and coming. It's tonight. So
It's tonight. It's at 7:30.
That's what you'll be doing
That's
after
It's
this
at
show?
7:30 tonight. It's at TD
I
Garden.
got one thing to say about it. People say that Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys, Boston Red Sox are the most annoying fans.
Yeah.
I'm friends with a couple of Knicks fans. You guys are so annoying.
Thank
You guys
you.
are unbearable to be around when Knicks are playing or when they're good.
Oh, I agree with you.
Thank you.
No, I
Thank
agree with
you.
you. I have
It's annoying.
No, I agree with you. I have a friend who's a Knicks fan, and he's so annoying to stand. He puts stuff on his stories. I'm like, please, bro, leave it alone.
How do you
I
think we
just-
feel during the football season when all the Phillies fans painting their face green?
I have a
walking
friend who's a
down the
Knicks fan.
street?
He's on this show.
You've been asked to name drop.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine. Cade is unbearable. I'm going to say, I was at Cade's place one night, and I swear to God, I walked past his bedroom to go to the bathroom, and there was a Jalen Brunson shrine with the candles lit all around it. That's how much he loves the
Okay,
Knicks.
I will say though, if you like podcasts, I mentioned this last week too. Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson have a podcast together right now.
Oh, it is great.
And honestly, it might top new heights for me. Simply based off the fact that the episodes are a little bit shorter. It's much more free flowing, but they have been together since college and they played under Jay Wright and now they're playing together again. So for me, like I just enjoy watching it so much because, you know, the Knicks have been doing really well this year and it's good to see someone else, like we said, doing well.
You're right.
And sucks that they don't have Julius Randle because they would be with Julius Randle they would be at their full potential.
It'll be a much better team.
Yeah. Well, next up we have my pick for what I'm excited for. And that's going to be the Yankees-Orioles series. I am most excited for this because I just want to see the two best teams in the AL East face off during the regular season. They played in the spring season. They've played in the spring preseason against each other. The Yankees won one and the Orioles won one. So now I really just want to see what the regular season does for a new team, a new younger team like the Orioles, and then a set team like the Yankees who's had this roster and they've been building off their reputation for years, keeping up. Aaron Judge really hasn't been making that much noise, I don't think, yet this season. So I honestly want to see what he does against the Orioles when a game like this is honestly something close to what a playoff game would be like. I think this whole series is going to be like that. It's going to be in about 2 weeks. Starts April 29th. So I'm pretty excited to see it. And it honestly is an MLB game that will get me excited because my Mets are not doing well whatsoever. I believe we're 3-10 right now, and no game is really exciting me. But we did beat the Braves today, so it's a little off topic. But I'm just saying that at least some New York team maybe will give me some hope this season.
I like this pick. I mean, the Orioles are on the up, so they're gonna get better, and the Yankees are surprising us this year.
Yeah.
They went on a road trip for 8 games or 7, and they lost 2 or 1 game in that road trip, which was very impressive.
Yeah.
So
They were very disappointing last year, and they're better this year. They're going up against a team that won it last year, and everyone says they should win it again this year.
yeah, so I'm really excited to watch that.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Me too.